In the beginning of this parasha, Pari has two dreams, and he doesn't understand them, he can't interpret them, until the Sarah Mashkin comes along and tells him that when I was in prison, I also had a dream, and there was this man there called Yossef and he interpreted my dreams, and they were correct. And this is what led Paro to bring Yossef out of prison, interpret his dreams, and ultimately came the rule of Mitzrayim. But we have to go back a bit further, because the releasing of Yossef out of prison didn't start in this week's Sedra. It starts at the end of last week's Sedra, when one day Yossef woke up and he saw that Sarah Mash and Sarah Ophim were upset. They were distraught. Now Yossef had every single reason in the world not to care for them, not to ask them what's the problem. He was in his own suffering, his own hardship. He'd been sold by his brothers. He'd been put in prison for no reason. But Yossef on the level he was, the tzaddik he was, he saw people upset, I'm going to go care for them. And he asked them, what's going on? I see you're upset. Which they reply by telling over the dreams, which led Yossef to interpret them, and this ultimately led the Sarah Mashkin to tell Paroi about Yossef which led him out of prison. The important lesson we can see from this is that when we care for someone else, we help someone else out, of course the person we're helping is going to be helped. But ourselves, by doing good, by doing the right thing, by caring for others, we gain ourselves. Sometimes we'll see it, sometimes we won't see it. But Yossef definitely saw it. He cared for them even when he had his own suffering going on. He still cared for others, and that's what led him to get out of prison, because he interpreted their dreams, which was forwarded on to Paroi, that Yossef needs to come out of prison to interpret your dreams. Half a year ago and 2 years ago, I did 2 different podcasts. And on these podcasts, I speak about very personal matters. I speak about my life stories. And many people at the time asked me, are you crazy? Why are you doing this? Why do you want this information out there? Why are you just saying everything? You're single. Why are you doing this? And I said that if my podcast is heard by one person and it can help him out even a bit, it's worth it. My story, my journey can help others. If by hearing what I went through and how I got through it, if this can help someone, it's completely worth it. I'm not going to go into too much information, but all I can say is that I personally gained the most. I got an opportunity which was huge from these podcasts. So all I can say is do the right thing, help people, care for people. I promise you, you're not going to lose out. Just like Yossef didn't lose out by caring for the Sarah Mashkin and Sarah Ophim. You should all have an amazing Shabbos.